Since 1992, the Premier League has been more than just football. It has been chaos, it has been miracles, it has been heartbreak, rebellion, and redemption. 20 teams, 38 games, 1 trophy. But what truly defines the Premier League are the stories. Stories no scriptwriter would dare invent. Moments that shattered logic. Clubs that rose from nothing. Giants that fell when nobody believed they could. This is not just a history lesson. This is a journey through the greatest stories the Premier League has ever told. At the start of the 2015-16 season, Leicester City were 5,000 to 1 to win the Premier League. To put that into perspective, you were more likely to spot Elvis alive, more likely to win the lottery, more likely to be struck by lightning twice. Just one season earlier, Leicester had survived relegation by the skin of their teeth. They were written off, laughed at, ignored. Their manager, Claudio Ranieri, a man recently mocked for failing with Greece losing to the Faroe Islands. Their squad, no superstars, no Galacticos, just players other clubs didn't want. Jamie Vardy once playing non-league football while working in a factory. Riyad Mahrez signed for just £400,000. N'Golo Kanté so unknown that some clubs didn't even scout him. But something strange happened. They started winning, and then they didn't stop. Vardy broke the Premier League record by scoring in 11 consecutive games. Mahrez danced past defenders like gravity didn't apply to him. Kanté covered every blade of grass twice. As the season progressed, disbelief turned into belief. Belief turned into fear for everyone else. Tottenham chased, Arsenal stumbled, City collapsed, and Leicester stayed standing. On May 2, 2016, Tottenham drew with Chelsea, and Leicester City were crowned champions of England. The greatest underdog story in football history, a fairy tale that reminded the world why we fell in love with the game. Winning the Premier League is hard. Winning it without losing a single match. That borders on the impossible. But in the 2003-04 season, Arsenal did exactly that. Managed by Arsene Wenger, a visionary who changed English football forever. This Arsenal team was poetry in motion. Thierry Henry at his absolute peak. Patrick Vieira dominating midfields. Dennis Bergkamp creating magic that defied physics. They weren't just strong, they were beautiful. Week after week, opponents tried everything. Aggression, tactics, fear. Nothing worked. Arsenal won 49 league games unbeaten, lifting the title at White Hart Lane, the home of their fiercest rivals. To this day, no Premier League team has repeated the feat. Gold trophies, immortal status, a reminder that sometimes, greatness isn't about drama, it's about dominance. This is the most dramatic ending in Premier League history. Manchester City needed to beat QPR to win the title. Simple, but football is never simple. 90 minutes played. City were drawing. Manchester United were winning their match. The title was slipping away. Then came injury time. Edin Dzeko scored. Hope returned. And then? 93 minutes and 20 seconds. Sergio Agüero received the ball. He turned. He shot. Pandemonium. Fans crying. Players collapsing. History rewritten in one moment. Manchester City had won their first Premier League title on goal difference at the last possible second, a moment that lives forever. Before domination became normal, Manchester United built an empire. The 1998-99 season was the foundation of that legacy. In the Premier League, United chased Arsenal relentlessly. They won it on the final day. But this season was defined by mentality. Injury-time goals. A refusal to accept defeat. That league title became part of an unprecedented treble. Premier League, FA Cup, Champions League. Sir Alex Ferguson didn't just build a team, he built a mindset, one that would dominate English football for decades. For Liverpool fans, the wait felt endless. 30 years without a league title. Generations grew up hearing stories instead of living them. Near misses, slips, heartbreak. But under Jurgen Klopp, something changed. Liverpool didn't just win the league, they obliterated it. Fastest title win in history. Relentless pressing. Unbreakable belief. When the title was finally secured, stadiums were empty but emotions weren't. This wasn't just a trophy, it was release, redemption, closure. The Premier League once allowed chaos. Blackburn Rovers winning the league in 1995. Alan Shearer firing them to glory. Newcastle's entertainers nearly doing the impossible in 1996, before heartbreak struck. These stories remind us of a time when money hadn't fully taken control. When belief could still challenge power. Not all great stories are about titles. West Brom surviving from impossible odds. Sunderland escaping relegation again and again. West Ham's great escape under Harry Redknapp. For some clubs, survival is glory. Tears of joy mean just as much at the bottom as they do at the top. Sometimes, the greatest stories are not about victory. Sometimes they are about heartbreak. The 2013-14 season was supposed to be Liverpool's rebirth. Under Brendan Rodgers, Liverpool played fearless, attacking football. Luis Suarez was unstoppable. Daniel Sturridge couldn't stop scoring. Raheem Sterling was exploding into superstardom. They weren't expected to win the league, but suddenly, they were leading it. With 3 games left, Liverpool sat top of the table. The dream was within reach. Then came Chelsea, a tight, nervous match at Anfield. Liverpool pushing forward, the crowd believing. And then, Steven Gerrard slipped, just for a split second, just long enough. Demba Ba raced through. Goal. Silence. The moment froze in time. A captain who had given everything. A title that slipped away. Liverpool would drop more points days later at Crystal Palace in a 3-3 collapse that stunned the league. The title went to Manchester City. For Liverpool fans, that season became legend, not for triumph, but for pain. And sometimes, pain shapes history more than victory ever could. Before 2004, Chelsea were competitive. After 2004, they became ruthless. Roman Abramovich had bought the club. Money arrived. Expectations exploded. But it was the arrival of one man that changed everything. Jose Mourinho. Fresh from winning the Champions League with Porto, he called himself the special one. Many laughed. They stopped laughing quickly. Chelsea conceded just 15 goals in the 2004-05 season, a defensive record that still stands. John Terry, Frank Lampard, Didier Drogba, Petr Cech. They weren't entertainers. They were efficient, cold, relentless. Mourinho didn't just win the league. He changed the psychology of it. Winning became an attitude. And from that moment forward, the Premier League entered a new era. An era where dominance could be manufactured. While Manchester City were stealing headlines with last-second glory, at the bottom of the table, chaos reigned. On the final day of the 2011-12 season, 5 teams were still fighting for survival. Bolton Wanderers, Queen's Park Rangers, Wigan Athletic, Blackburn Rovers, and others hanging by a thread. Every goal in one stadium changed the atmosphere in another. Fans refreshing phones. Radios pressed to ears. Hope rising, hope collapsing. Bolton were relegated by a single point. In the Premier League, margins are brutal. For some clubs, one mistake costs a title. For others, it costs their place in history. The Premier League is not perfect, but it is unmatched, because here, dreams don't always follow logic. Underdogs rise, giants fall, and history can change in a single second. These aren't just matches, they're memories. Their stories passed from parent to child, and somewhere, the next great Premier League story is already being written.